Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I will be unboxing and reviewing the Aiyima A07 Pro, a Class D audio amplifier. Let's get started. So in the box we have the user manual, we have the power supply, the power cable, this is the 36 volts 6 amps power supply. We also have the Bluetooth antenna, and lastly wrapped up the amplifier itself. Let's talk about the design and features. The Aiyima A07 Pro's brushed aluminum body feels well built and sturdy. The volume and tone control knobs on the front are also aluminum and are nicely weighted. However, they are not detented, so you have to dial in the neutral position by vision and sound. There are two switches on the front, the power and the one to toggle between RCA and Bluetooth inputs. Around the back, we have the Bluetooth antenna, two inputs for audio, right and left channel. We have the line out and 4 binding posts for passive speakers. Next to them, we have the power inputs, which is rated for 24 to 48 volts. The line out is fixed level, so you can't control the volume from the front with the knob. On the inside, the A07 Pro uses the same Texas Instruments TPA3255 Class D amp chip featured in the A08 Pro, which I reviewed previously, and the original A07 as well. Because of an improved heatsink design, it doesn't suffer the same issues as the original A07 reportedly did, with overheating and shutting down after a while. It can reportedly deliver 300 watts into 4 ohm speakers if you have the right power supply. Qualcomm QCC304X delivers Bluetooth 5.2, and the supported codecs are SBC, AAC, aptX, aptX-LL, and aptX HD. This is an upgrade from A08 Pro, which only has Bluetooth 5.0. It does not support the LDAC codecs, which are proprietary to Sony, which the A08 Pro does support. The power amplification is provided by 5 NE5532 op amps, which are user replaceable. Signal to noise ratio is at 90 dB with distortion of 0.002%. Frequency range is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. The sound is very clean and crisp. It has a spacious soundstage, and the instruments and vocals have a clear separation. The precision of instruments is very obvious and adds to remarkably clean sounding nature of the amp. I tested this on the Yamaha S0803 bookshelf speakers rated at max 100 watts. These speakers have a V-shaped response, so the bass and treble are boosted. If you wanted to bring those a little flatter, you could adjust with the knobs. I like that ability to dial in the sound just right, or I could exaggerate the bass a little more depending on what I'm listening to. It is currently listed for $99, but I have seen a $10 coupon. In any case, I think this is a great value for money, especially if you need something small to put on your desktop and connect with your desktop speakers. You could also pair it with a DAC to get the best audio quality experience. I highly recommend this if you're on a budget and looking for the best quality and value for your money. So here I have the A07 Pro and A08 Pro next to each other for comparisons. Quickly looking at the A07 Pro front end, you can see that you have the 2 toggle buttons on the front, the toggle for power on and off, currently it's in on state, and Bluetooth and RCA toggle. Then you have the bass and treble knobs, and then you have the volume control. On the A08 Pro you have the VU meter, and then you have the bass and treble, which are slightly textured on the A08 Pro, but they are not textured on the A07 Pro. And then the volume and power button. quickly looking at the back end, you can see that the I/O looks very similar to A07 Pro and A08 Pro. You have the RF antenna for Bluetooth. You have the right and left audio inputs. You have an auxiliary out. You have the binding post for both right and left, and then you have the power input. Quickly looking at the backend for A07 Pro, you can see that the I/O is very much similar. Here I have all of the binding posts connected along with the power, and yeah. So here's a quick difference in comparison between A07 Pro and A08 Pro on the outside. In terms of the weight, they both feel very hefty, and the weight is pretty much the same. And the I/O is not different either. So one difference that you have on the A08 Pro that is a standout feature that you do not get on the A07 Pro, excuse me, is the VU meter, which can be helpful if you're looking at power consumption and sort of what the volume limits are. Especially if you want to make sure that you're not exceeding the volume unit for the speaker you're connected to in the outputs from the A08 Pro. Quickly for a demo, I have two of the S801 bookshelf speakers connected. Currently I'm connected to the A07 Pro. So if I wanted to do a demo, I can quickly do a play via Bluetooth. So here you can see that the initially demo that started off at the volume knob located at 9 o'clock position, but then I slightly upped it to around 10 o'clock, and you can feel the difference in the power output and the volume increase. I don't have to increase it significantly. I don't feel the need to go to 12 o'clock or even beyond, because I think the volume that is being output, the power that is being output to these speakers is significant enough. These speakers are rated at 50 watts each. I believe the A07 has more than enough power to overwhelm these speakers, so I don't want to go beyond maybe 12 o'clock position. So here I have the A08 Pro connected. As you can see, the light is on the view meter, and the volume knob shadow light is blue, which indicates that Bluetooth is connected. Same thing, starting off at 9 o'clock position, and I'll slowly go up to around 10 o'clock. Okay, as you saw closer towards the end, I upped it a little bit more than 10 o'clock just to see the VU meter come closer to the red indicator to show you that the volume unit is reaching closer to 100%. And in that situation, you may want to dial it back slightly so that you know what your speakers can handle. Alright, that concludes the comparison. Alright guys, here's a demo for the Aiyima A07 Pro connected to the Yamaha S0803, and we're going to listen to some music. This concludes the review of Aiyima A07 Pro. Please let me know if you liked this video. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.